ministries of agriculture and rural development and that of trade. The producer's desk was launched in Yaoundé in 2021. The experimental phase of the producer's desk was launched in 2022 in Melong, Munga division in the littoral region of Cameroon. The Cameroon government invested 1.2 billion francs CFA for the first wave of subvention of 500 registered cocoa and coffee farmers in this experimental zone. It was then extended to the other cocoa and coffee production basins in the country since November 2023. Samuel Donatien is the administrator of the Cocoa and Coffee Subsectors Development Fund.
Première chose pour le guichet, c'est de commencer par
The first step for the producer's desk is to download the producer's desk app accessible to all smartphone users. After downloading the charge-free app, the platform opens up either for the producer or for the agents in charge of follow-up. If it is a producer, he will be invited to fill an identification form. The producer has to include the identification details of an agric dealer and any microfinance institution of his choice on the same platform. After registration, the producer is asked to measure the dimension of his land, which can be printed out with his consent. The identification details of the producer and his land are transferred to a database at the level of CCODEF, marking the end of phase 1. The second phase is the verification and confirmation process conducted by specialized services of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the Ministry of Trade and collaborators of CCODEF. These agents will get down to the field to confirm the identity of the producers and the existence of their land. Once that is done, the producer is asked to activate the process to request funding. He then goes to the microfinance he had chosen to deposit his 60% share into his account. Since the system has been automatically programmed, CCODEF instantly completes the remaining 40%. Once that is done, a voucher is given to the producer by the microfinance, which he takes to the agric dealer to get farm inputs. The agric dealer will be paid by the microfinance where the money was deposited.
Melong is the experimental zone in the Mungo division of the littoral region where the very first subvention of the producer's desk made its first set of beneficiaries to regain lost hope and rekindle efforts made for cocoa and coffee production. There have been 100 official ceremonies in Melong to hand agricultural inputs to farmers since the first producer's desk subvention in June 2022. The most recent took place from the 3rd to the 5th of April 2024, where over 3,000 producers received agric inputs from agro-dealers. Beneficiaries are grateful for government's interest to boost cocoa and coffee production in Melong through the producer's desk system and continue to express their desire for more action.
Presently, I live in Melong, precisely Bunanjo, Kwata. I want to thank God for CCODEF. They have been doing so great things in our lives as farmers in this town, Melong. At first, we as farmers, our produce are always very poor. But when we got in contact with CCODEF, and they gave us this product, it helped to improve our production. For example, if you have a farm that will give 5 bags of cocoa, with the help of CCODEF, with this product, we're able to remove 10 bags. So with that, we are very happy. We are so blessed with CCODEF.
I'm a farmer living in Melong. So I've been working farm for 20 years. When I was here in Melong, one time I was a farmer advisor. So I contact Mama Rebecca, who was here. She helped me to bring me to CCODEF. It is from there that I know that these people are in charge of cocoa and coffee. The fertilizer they have given, we have put into our farms, and our farms have improved. Now you can already know, all of you know that the quantity of cocoa and coffee that we have produced in Mongo has increased. It's not like in 2022 and 2021. So we have improved. In 2022, I was unable to produce even half a ton. But when they came and gave, my wife collected, and now we boosted in 2023. We went up to 1.5 tons, then of cocoa. Then for coffee, we had only 1 ton. So that helped me. So that we have improved in our lives and in health. So people can now look at us as we have the joy. My contribution is 60%, and CCODEF gives 40%. So I give thanks to head of state for giving us the opportunity to come to this type of opportunity. Now we are enjoying his services. We thank him that God should live for long so that we can continue to benefit from him.
Microfinance institutions play a vital role in the producer's desk's chain.
For the past years, farmers have been suffering as far as subvention is concerned in Cameroon. From the year 2022, where I pivoted the pilot phase in Melon, where farmers were actually happy that after how many years of struggling behind subsidy, so now they can now have access to their subvention directly. Coming into the producer's desk as a microfinance institution, Cameroon Cooperative Credit Union, we first of all came in with we tried to identify the main problems restricting these farmers from benefiting from the 40% subsidy by the cocoa and coffee subsector development fund. And we discovered that most of these farmers could not pay in the 60% producer shares mandated by the producer's stakes. So we came in with a microloan support program using cooperatives, and then maybe the farms of these farmers as their guarantee to give them microloans.
About 7 kilometers away from Malong town center, David Rodrigue Kamgar is a farmer who planted cocoa and coffee on 2.5 hectares of land in a village called Lelem Mangwete. He witnessed an improvement in productivity thanks to the assistance from CCODEF.
One of our mothers in Melong, called Mama Rebecca Kamgwe, told us that a group of people called CCODEF give fertilizers to people. If a person brings 60%, CCODEF completes 40%. This is what the president recommended to help the country. You can see my farm. I grow many things. My farm has coffee, cocoa, plantain. Before meeting CCODEF, the crops my dad left for me had all died, and I wanted to rush back to Yaoundé out of discouragement. When Mama Rebecca came, she told me CCODEF could give me fertilizers to boost the growth of my crops. They gave me fertilizers and it improved my productivity. Why will I go back to Yaoundé again? I sell 1 bag of coffee for 75,000 francs CFA. All persons in town who are idling should come back to the village to do farm work. Paul Biya has said he will help us boost our farm work.
Over time, we notice a gradual mutation from old to younger farmers. However, old farmers are experienced and still have a role to play. In Bamugum village in Mifi division in the west region of Cameroon, His Majesty Mumbe Foto Mitterrand, 21st king of the Bamugum dynasty, says the producer's desk has had clear impact on the overall productivity of Bamungum farmers.
So, relation between Bamungum and FODEC is good relation, good collaboration, since FODEC consider Bamungum as a big village, as a big place where coffee can grow. We are very happy. We have already 12,000 bags of coffee. We would like to have 100,000 in some few months, so that any farmer will come here and receive many bags of coffee to go and plant. We need fertilizer to put on these bags of coffee when they will be planted, so that they will grow very well. And we also need FODEC to help us to encourage the farmers, so that the activity will grow very well.
The producer's desk has equally helped boost the sales of products of agro-dealers who have become more known on the market thanks to their partnership with CCODEF.
In order to get products, they are processed. Yes, you first need to map your farm. When you get your code and a number that is called in French identifiant, so you can now bring it and ask for your products. There is a process going to the bank, in order to get it. So it's a process. We use POC in order to get a bill. It's a very wonderful project, because nowadays I'm very sure that if I can master the area, I have a new customers, I have a new farmers. I know that no matter condition, I will know. I have a way to follow now, and I'm very grateful. We are very thankful, because the FODEC is quite a wonderful gift, because with the FODEC, the government has done very, very, very good.
In the Noon Division, agriculture covers more than 7,000 kilometers square, and coffee and cocoa production accounts for 25% of it. Arabica coffee occupies 2,000 hectares, cocoa occupies more than 1,000 hectares, and Robusta coffee occupies 18,500 hectares. According to statistics in 2023, 1,800 tons of Arabica coffee, 587 tons of cocoa, and 12,000 tons of Robusta coffee were produced. Agro-dealers in Kwaptamo play a great role in the follow-up and sensitization of farmers on the use of the products supplied to some farmers.
We, the agro-dealers, we come in where the producers do identify our products as being good for their product. They buy or they select this product on the Grishe producer, and we are being sent this information with the project paying a part, and then the farmers paying another part, then we can supply them the product. This has been an opportunity for EM Cameroon to also make a stand, because we have been a long time here around Cameroon, but the fact is that we've not been so open. So this is an opportunity that we've had to actually come down to the level of the farmers. And the response, I tell you, has been marvelous. They come back to us because, for once, they can use natural products, which is a direct concurrence with fertilizers, with chemical fertilizers, but which gives the same yield, which gives the same response like other chemical products in the market. So actually, it's been a marvelous experience.
Welcome to banking in Mayo Banyo Division in the Adamawa region. Here, agriculture is the main activity, with cocoa and coffee production being the most practiced since 2021. Dan Felix is the first cocoa producer in banking. He equally owns a coffee farm. Thanks to the subvention Felix got from CCODEF, other farmers were compelled to believe in the producer's desk. He is grateful for the achievement he has been able to make thanks to CCODEF.
FODEC cocoa
So I am here in banking subdivision. So really the product the CCODEF has given to us, really, I am very happy because that product will help me to produce, to improve in my student. I received liters of products in cutlass and file. So really this one will help me to use in my farm. So really, in fact, when what the CCODEF has given to us, if you will continue to help us, we will improve in our product in the farm. So really, I'm very, very grateful for that, for what they have doing. If they will continue to do, we, the farmer, will be very, very happy.
This is Biakwa, a village located in the Mbangasina subdivision in the Mbam and Kim division, Central region. Though not all enrolled farmers have received their subvention, 931 farmers in Biakwa village have received working equipment and agric inputs from the producer's desk. Roger Chakam is a farmer in Biakwa who benefited from the producer's desk subvention, which has boosted his cocoa production from 1 ton to over 2.5 tons of cocoa.
Thanks to CCODEF, I have expanded from 1.5 to 2 hectares. Today, I produce 2.5 tons of cocoa thanks to CCODEF. What I can tell the population is that they should stop thinking the producer's desk is a myth. The actions of CCODEF are a reality thanks to the head of state who cares about people in the periphery. He always says that the soil does not disappoint. These are the results today.
Biakwa farmers are aware of how disadvantageous and dangerous the wrong use of chemicals and soil nutrients can affect the healthy growth of cocoa plants. These awareness results from the constant guidance and follow-up from agro-dealers who educate farmers on how to identify toxic inputs and chemicals that affect productivity. There are 25 cooperatives in Mbangasina for the commercialization of cocoa. 21 of these cooperatives merged to form the Union of Mbangasina Cooperatives with over 6,000 members. In Biakwa village, for example, farmers organized into a cooperative to ease the stocking and commercialization of cocoa. When farmers come to drop bags of cocoa at the cooperative for sale, the cocoa is first weighed and the quality tested before it is stocked. An instrument is used to poke into the cocoa bags to get a small quantity out of the bag. Another instrument is used to detect the degree of humidity of the cocoa beans. The acceptable humidity level is 8%. When cocoa beans have a humidity level less than 8%, the cocoa beans are considered too dry and can easily get broken. When the humidity level is above 8%, the cocoa seeds are still considered very wet. All these details are important parameters considered during sales. Taitai is a neighboring village to Biakwa in Mbangasina in the Mbam and Kim division, where cocoa cultivation is the main activity carried out by the people of Taitai. CCODEF has played a great role in the improvement of cocoa cultivation in Taitai village.
So here we are in Mbangasina, precisely in Taitai. With this operation, through this project, we know our production will increase. Because now there are producers who are treating the soil, the other one, the trees. So we know that in a short moment, in a short term, we have to notice a better production, better beans, cocoa beans. Maybe even our life will certainly be improved. There are many things to talk about today. They have started with 2 hectares. It was good. But now we want them, we like them to go more, to take more than 2 hectares. Because here in Mbangasina precisely, there are farmers who have 20, 25, 50 hectares. But just when you bring help only to 2 hectares, it is good. Produce also are good, that the subsidies are good, but let them to go to cover all the areas. Because even farmers are available to pay. we are available to pay, but just 2 hectares inside 20 or 25, you see, but it is what we have to encourage.
In the east, the region of the rising sun, the producer's desk is rising. Cocoa and coffee farmers are dancing to the tune of the subvention of the producer's desk system. 5,443 producers were registered in the producer's desk between 2023 and 2024. In CCODEF division, the 69 villages are grouped into 5 agricultural posts with over 600 producers of cocoa and coffee. 50 farmers in the division have benefited from the subvention. Annual production is estimated between 300 and 400 tons for cocoa and between 200 and 250 tons for Robusta coffee.
As far as producer desk is concerned, in our region, more than 5,000 producers of cocoa and coffee producers has been registered, and more than 1,000 has effectively benefited from the producer desk through the agricultural input they have received. And our main mission on the field as a project of MINADE, Ministry of Agricultural and Rural Development, our main mission is to train the farmers on how to use the input that they receive from the producer desk, and also to train the agricultural head of post on how to use the application or the software dedicated to producer desk, namely Agri for Farmer and Agri for Confirmation. And I can tell you that they have already begun to use it, and they are very happy of that because it will really improve their production on the field.
According to farmers in Akilbinza village in Gelemeduga in the Opanyong division, what has been provided is insufficient with respect to demand. The producers equally appeal to agents to be permanently based in Akilbinza village to ensure follow-up of farms, given that they were left to themselves after enrollment into the producer's desk. Bekono Mefwe is a coffee producer in Akilbinza village. He owns 12 hectares of coffee and produces 10 tons of the produce yearly. In 2010, Bekono received the first prize at the national level for Robusta coffee production during the agro-pastoral show in the Bolowa. The South region has a National Association of Cocoa and Coffee Producers of Cameroon for the South Regional Bureau. It is located in Ebolowa, where more than 25,000 producers in the South region have been registered into the producer's desk, thanks to CCODEF. About 12,000 of them are still expecting subvention, so that they can benefit from the distribution of agricultural inputs and equipment. The South region is equally recognized for the production of large-scale Grade 1 cocoa, thanks to the constant support and follow-up from the agro-dealers. Microfinance institutions, where all financial transactions take place, are equally key actors of the chain.
The transition between the CCODEF and the microfinance. He has facilitated the work by, first of all, registering the farmers, through which now, when they come to the microfinance, we register them and then we give them a handbook, through which they now go to Mr. Eringbondo or the producers to receive their farm products. Over 12,500 cocoa and coffee producers registered at Tambo Cooperative Credit Union.
25 kilometers away from Ebolowa, the next village where cocoa and coffee farmers are coming up strongly without relenting is Mvamyetom village. Here, cocoa plants are rather cared for at night. Samuel Zobisam is an experienced farmer in Mvamyetom village who says watering at night is more advantageous for a cocoa nursery thanks to the subvention he got from CCODEF. he was able to nurture close to 3,500 cocoa plants. Most cocoa and coffee producers expressed their burning desire and wish for CODEF to extend the producer's desk subvention to more than 2 hectares of land. According to the administrator of CODEF, their appeal is pertinent but cannot be handled at the moment because of limited resources.
Due to the amount of resources that is available in the CODEF, that can't be possible for now. So to have equity and have justice among our producers, there is a need of us in our program to let everybody have a benefit of what we are putting subsidies. So to help all of the producers to access to those subsidies, we should have to take in consideration the global resources that is available and compare to the number which is every time, every year, even monthly, increasing.
The creation of the Producers Desk by the Cocoa and Coffee Subsectors Development Fund, CODEF, which works in collaboration with the Ministries of Agriculture and Rural Development and that of Trade, is an innovation that first of all seeks to boost cocoa and coffee production in Cameroon, but also contributes to considerably reduce the rate of poverty and youth unemployment to improve living conditions. Cameroon is making considerable progress in this regard and will certainly not relent, despite the undeniable challenges. Despite the fact that insufficient funding continues to bedevil the development and takeoff of the agricultural sector in Cameroon, the advent of the Producers Desk for the cocoa and coffee subsectors is equally an attempted solution, which will contribute to hasten the implementation of President Paul Biya's agrarian revolution for a prosperous Cameroon.